Hello my Wolfpack and welcome to the RBL Week 4 Team Builder, where this week we are battling the Phiones, coached by Empathic. Now, this team on the surface isn't too scary. I mean, G-Max Pikachu is one of the worst G-Maxes, and my team kind of covers that pretty well. Obviously I've got Coco, which isn't going to take too much damage from it. I've got Coma as well, Venusaur, Torkoal, Palisand. Lots of things that have access to really break that thing down. Kartana, Torkoal, obviously destructive with that. Same with Buzzwole. Uxie, I think, could be a problem. I haven't really got much coverage for Uxie here, except for Morgram, but it doesn't even run a Dark-type attack, so we could be running into a problem with that. And we have got two mons that are weak to Psychic-type attacks, so I do need to be paying attention to that. Hippowdon is kind of scary, honestly. Lycanroc Midday is, again, kind of scary, kind of terrifying, especially if it gets under like a Tailwind or something. Togepi I don't expect to see. Ferrothorn could be a problem, but at the same time, Kartana and Ferrothorn together on the same team. Torkoal just has a field day. Naganadel is very scary. It's definitely very, very scary. It can cause some problems for me. And we've got Tornadus Incarnate, which could definitely be coming in and getting rid of Sunny Days, for example, or my Drought. For example, so that would cause me some problems. Now, my team, realistically, I built around Torkoal this week, because Torkoal just destroys most of this team. You've got the Pikachu, Kartana, Buzzwole, Lycanroc somewhat, Ferrothorn, the Garnadel, and even the Togepi do not want to come in against the Torkoal. So, we've actually got a pretty solid matchup here with Torkoal. So, Expert Belt one here to increase up the power, because I've got super effective on almost every Pokemon on this team, which is really, really awesome. Flamethrower, strong stab, powerful fire type attack, don't need to say any more than that. Earth Power hits the Pikachu, it hits the Lycanroc if that wants to cause some problems. It also hits the Garnadel. Sludge Bomb as well. That hits the Togepi, for example, and also if I want to Dynamax to set up my special attack with max oozes, then I can do that as an option. Protect as well, because realistically I want to set up a Trick Room for Torkoal to go ham in. So the Protect is there. I apologise that I keep on sniffing. I've got a little bit of a snuffle this morning, so yeah. EV wise, I've gone for max HP, max special attack. I've gone with a minus speed nature with 0 speed EVs. As I said, I want to set up a Trick Room, and realistically Torkoal is one of the slowest mons in the game. I don't think any of these mons, unless they're holding an Iron Ball, can under speed me, and even then I'm not sure they can underspeed. So yeah, Torkoal going to put in the work this week. I think Torkoal is going to be my win con for sure. It's going to come to every match. Obviously the Drought to set up the Sun as well could be really, really helpful. Moving on to our second Pokemon, we've got Reuniclus, and I have gone for a shiny Reuniclus this week. I think it's a Reuniclus, like, people always tell me I pronounce things wrong, but, you know, I'll go with it. I go with what I want. So, Trick Room, immediately I saw on this thing. I was like, no, Trick Room 100% of the time to allow for Torkoal to really put in the work here. Even Morgram under a Trick Room works really nicely, but obviously Venusaur, Coco, Coma are a lot faster, so Trick Room isn't the best option for them, but I'll play it as I see fit. Psychic, powerful Psychic type attack, obviously Stab, hits things like the Buzzwole for super effective damage, although the Buzzwole can definitely hit us if we're outside a Trick Room. We've got the what else is it hit? Naganadel as well, which is, again, a very scary mon for me. So I do want to make sure that I have coverage for that. Thunder, because it hits, what else? It hits something on this team. I don't actually know what it hits. It doesn't hit anything. It hits Thunderous, that's it. So Tornadus, sorry. So it hits Tornadus, or Tornadus. I'm losing it. Hits Tornadus with the Thunder. Obviously that could be really, really helpful in a variety of situations. And things like the Uxie, which do not want to take the Psychic, the Thunder is really good there. I did miss an opportunity to go with Shadow Ball here, but I think Thunder is definitely going to be more beneficial, because I can see that Tornadus coming in and really causing me problems, especially when it comes to weather. Alloy Switch is there as well, because realistically if they're targeting the Torkoal, if I've got them together, having that Alloy Switch opportunity is going to be really helpful for me. Just to make sure that Torkoal is not getting hit and it's going to stay healthy, because, as I said, it covers the vast majority of this team, especially when it comes to something like Lycanroc. Lycanroc, realistically, if I want +1, I can take it down with like a Max Quake or an Earth Power, so having the Ally Switch there could be really, really helpful. EV-wise, I've got a bit of a split on my defense and my special defense here. Basically, how I run my Porygon 2s, except this is minus speed with 0 speed EVs. Again, just when the Trick Room's set up, it just goes ham. I do hope that he does not lead with the Buzzwole, because that does cause me problems. I think any other Mon I can deal with, but the Buzzwole Mega Horn possibly does take me out. I think it's a roll, so I do need to be very considerate of that if I do see a Buzzwole lead. Moving on to our third Mon, one of our other staples, we've got Venusaur with the Venusaur Opportunity, Black Sludge Chlorophyll, because that's how I'm going to run it most weeks. Giga Drain. There we go. Giga Drain. It hits the Hippowdon, the Lycanroc, really good damage. It also can hit the Togepi for neutral, the Uxie for neutral if need be, even the Pikachu for neutral. We've got Sludge Bomb, which again goes into the Togepi, but also mostly there for if I Dynamax and go for Max Ooze. I am the G-Max variant this week to get my G-Max Fine Lash up, which could be really, really helpful. Weather Ball is also there because Weather Ball Under the Sun allows me to hit Buzzwole, Kartana, and Ferrothorn for super effective damage. Now, obviously, Kartana and Ferrothorn are going to take a ton of damage, so it's going to be times 4 Fire-type attack. So, yeah, Weather Ball, definitely going to be a really solid option there. EV-wise, max HP, max special attack, 4 EVs and special defense. I didn't really see the need for speed here because I'm running the Trick Room variant, and if I want to run Trick Room without Torkoal, for example, or if there is any weather changes, obviously being slower is going to be a bit more beneficial there. And I think I outspeed everything naturally with my Chlorophyll at +2. Barring any scar, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I've got this cough thing. Moving on to the next one, we've got Morgram. Now, have I used Morgram yet? I don't actually know, but Morgram is proving to be a really fun mon to use. So, Eviolite on here, because obviously Eviolite is the best item for it. I mean, Light Clay does also work, but Eviolite is a very, very good item. We've got Reflect, because obviously things like Buzzwole are problematic. They can obviously cause problems, especially setting up their attack. You've got Fake Tears, which allows us to lower down the special attack, the special defense of the opposing Pokemon. And I'm running a completely special team this week. I'm not running any physical mons, which is absolutely crazy. I know. We've got Light Screen as well, because there are things like the Uxie, and also the Garnadale and the Tornadus, which can cause problems if I do let them just kind of sit around, say with Pikachu. And then we've got Dazzling Gleam as a damage attack, because it hits things like Buzzwole for super effective damage, and it just hits neutrally on the majority of the team. Obviously, Ferrothorn and Kartana are not going to like the... are going to be fine with the Dazzling Gleam, but realistically, Morgram isn't here to deal with those. EV-wise, I've given it a little bit more defense investment, because obviously its defense is a little bit lower. Just kind of want to even those out a little bit more, and yeah, and I think this team is predominantly physical. Ferrothorn's physical, Kartana's physical, Buzzwole's physical, Hippowdon's physical, Lycanroc is physical. Yes, the majority of these mons are physical here, which is obviously a little bit of a reason why I've gone for the physical investment. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Moving on to Tapu Koko. Now, Tapu Koko, I couldn't really figure out a good third move here. We've got Thunderbolt, which obviously is strong stab. Same with Dazzling Gleam. It hits the majority of the team for somewhat okay damage. Along with Fake Tears, it works really, really well. Nature's Madness is also there to lower down things like the Kartana, the Ferrothorn to half HP if I am struggling in any situation. I've gone for speed to outspeed the... I can't think what I'm outspeeding. I think it's the Garnadale. Might be the Tornadus. I think it's the Tornadus, actually. So, obviously I can get some damage off there. At the end of this thing is just to get damage. Along with the Fake Tears, it could definitely work really well. Obviously the Nature's Madness doesn't combine very nicely, but Nature's Madness with like the Pikachu, if it G-Maxes or if any of them on Dynamax, having half HP off is definitely going to be really helpful in dealing with that thing in the long term. And then Protect, because Protect is a standard move to have. As I said, EVs, I'm pretty sure I was outspeeding Tornadus. I am recording this like 4 weeks later, so yeah, I'm a little bit behind on my team builders, as you'll probably have seen or will see in the coming up videos where I have a different backdrop. But yeah, we've got Tapu Koko, which is kind of going to be relatively okay. I mean, it can Dynamax and it can max Lightning, everything except the Hippowdon, which should be pretty good. But Kartana and Ferrothorn are obviously a big problem here as well with the Tapiko, so I do need to be very, very considerate when using Tapiko, and if obviously either of those come, it does put a flaw in my plan. Moving on to the final Pokemon, we have got Coma. Now, Coma I have been excited to put in the team. I'm running special, Clanging Scales, because 1, it hits both Mons, and 2, it is just a really powerful attack. It does lower my defense though, so I do need to be careful. If I combine that with like Fake Tears on something that's very specially defensive, you know, that's going to cause a lot of problems. That's going to cause a ton of problems for that team. So there's the Clanging Scales. Pineapple Berry, because I am worried about the Uxie. I want to make sure that I'm not dying to that. Bulletproof. Anything like Shadow Ball, obviously, is going to not hit me, which is really nice. Aura Sphere, I went Aura Sphere over Focus Blast because I didn't think Focus Blast was going to work as well. But Aura Sphere I think is going to be a good option here. Going to hit damage for a lot of the Pokemon there. We've got Flamethrower, which covers on the Kartana and the Ferrothorn front. Obviously inside the Sun as well, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. And then Protect, because standard Protect option needed. EV-wise, again, I've gone for more of a bulky variant rather than a speedy variant. I didn't see anything that I could really outspeed that I wanted to outspeed, so I just went for the max HP, max special attack. Como obviously does have very nice defenses, and there isn't a solid fairy-type mon in this team. Togepi's there, but realistically, it's not as scary as any of the other mons on here, and so I don't have a 4 times effective to worry about. Now, mons that I'm expecting him to bring, I do expect to see the Kartana or the Ferrothorn. I don't expect to see both. I expect to see Buzzwole. Buzzwole is a really good mon here. Tornadus I definitely expect to see. Naganadel I could definitely see coming. Lycanroc or Hippowdon, I can see one of them coming just because Venusaur is very scary. I can't see both. And I definitely see Uxie coming because it does do a few things against my team. And it can just, you know, hit pretty hard. But yeah, that's going to be all for this, so I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here, so have a good one, and I'll see you soon.